G'day, today we're going to have a look at the Mini Motorways Daily Challenge. This one is the challenge of the 25th of September, so no tunnels are offered and all destinations are circles. So there are a few high scores at the top there. I had a quick glance before I started, so if you're wanting to hit the top 10, you're probably looking at about 6,000 score, which does seem surprising, but I suppose, I don't know if possibly what causes that is that there's you sort of start off with circles, so there's already such early demand for the collection that you're just already sort of picking up a much quicker pace. Like say normally I might be at like 6 or something at this point, whereas because they're both circles that we're getting points a lot quicker before this goes absolutely crazy. Okay. So I'll swing him down. I'll give that guy to this one. Now I should consider giving, this guy's now got 5, he's got 3, and his 3 are further away, so be generous and give him that one. Give this guy that one. I don't even want to, like, get in the way of that guy. This song is awful, that tapping. I really do have to stop the music when I play night mode, possibly. I've said it before, but every time I do, I go, oh, it probably wasn't that bad, and then regret it again. Okay. Swing him down, connect these guys. Now, this guy here, either we can just leave that last one disconnected. We'll just move that out just in case it allows more purple houses to show up in this area. These two guys being stranded isn't great either, but I mean, we can't, without any tunnels, we can't get those guys over. Oh, actually, what I suppose we could do is we can make that connection. Now we can only do that for one of them. I don't know. I mean, this, you can see these two guys aren't currently on call, so if we were to make that that connection there and put that set of traffic lights in there, it gives this guy a third house, while this guy's third, fourth, and fifth houses are just sitting on the other side of that. Alright. Now, a tunnel wouldn't allow us to go this really long, crazy route on the outside. Here's a weird little thing I'm going to try. This is not something that I've done before. But here's such a bad spot. What happens if I just block the closest area to him? Clean him up to about there. Block that out. Where do I get this second house? Useless as well. Anyway. Alright. So let's send this guy along. Straight up. He can cause headaches for everyone. It also means that these guys are now going to intermingle, which isn't great. Put that in there. Was it a bit more? Swing him out one more extra step. We'll swing these guys back. Hit. I'm just gonna wait for some of this to calm down. I can't see myself using too many roundabouts, so we'll take the road tiles. I mean, this also isn't looking great, but I realize we just sort of had that disconnected for a moment, so it's now just currently a surge of both these guys and these guys trying to fix the mess I just made. The other danger now is that these pink guys can intermingle between their two sides as well. Luckily, pink's not looking too bad. These guys are starting to calm down, so we've weathered the storm there. These guys are still not great, though. A highway certainly would sort them out. I mean, obviously the only problem is that I've now split their communities into two separate ones. And so weed with the highway isn't sort of overly necessarily clear. Oh, that's awful as well, isn't it? Nice little tunnel here would have us sitting pretty. Without a tunnel, what we will do is put him in there, and we'll see how far down we need these guys to get to be able to see this. There it is, I guess. It's a real pain too, because it means that with all of this mess, this was the thing that needed it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get rid of that. Those three can now look after him. These two can now look after that. These guys can swing up. Keep him at that end. Fan of that. But, I mean, that's not any better either. Oh, this is very unforgiving. My hat off to anyone who put up a 6,000 or more in this one. I mean, it's awful, but what we could do is latch these guys on here and then have these three guys come in there. Oh, mercy. Okay. Thank you. We'll turn those two guys around. Got this guy. Alright, so this is going to work for us. So now we can get rid of that. And that's now just an on-hold motorway. Potential future motorway up here. Ideally, we'd get two more houses anywhere along this purple line because they are not going to sustain. So much so that this motorway may end up being sending these guys down here. But wow, okay. Let's get rid of that. Swing them down an extra one. These guys can come through that gap. Ugh. Yeah, we've got to wait for that road to be reclaimed. There we go. Those guys come in. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'll keep that for now, the roundabout. Although the merit of it isn't quite there. We've got 5 guys who can look after this, and we've got 4 guys who can look after that. If we just give them a straight line, probably just relieve confusion a little bit. third guy we needed here. Give them a bit of a roundabout to feel fancy. Give these guys a roundabout as well. Don't really need to connect him to that, so we'll just leave him apart at the moment. So I guess for this guy, we might... Just can't decide if he's going to be more of a hindrance. Speaking of a hindrance, how do we get these guys up here? Now, even if we connect them together, they're sort of stuck as just a group of two guys that are always going to be looking after this. When I can run them all the way up, that doesn't seem much better. This guy would then have to do that. Now that is a nice little assist. In fact, because of where these guys are, we don't want them slowing down, hit that those joins, so and they are still going to hit those joins because of connections, but we can at least feel a little bit better about it. We've got that extra road down too, so let's get rid of all this. Let's look at the back half of yellow here. We'll give these guys the motorway 3. Now this purple here is struggling. We don't have a motorway to accommodate, but we are going to have to do something. So, what we can do, we can sneak a road through here. We can attach these guys through here. Give that a traffic light. And just apologize to these guys for the inconvenience. I mean, that helps as well. Huge yellow community down here now. That because these guys can help out north. These guys can't, they're blocked out, but we could always flip this community around. Okay, what we're going to do for a second is pause that. It's not something I do or I have ever really done before, but I am tempted to send a message to Dinosaur Polo Club to say, can you please change the music or allow the normal music to play on night mode, because this does really get there. Okay, now again, this guy is looking bad, but it's because we've just had a sudden surge of his cars. So no one could do it for a moment, and so once everyone can, they go a little crazy. So we'll shift him around the other way. We'll give him to this guy. Get that guy into here. We can have these two guys here connect this one, but leave it for now. Now this guy isn't looking any much better. There's no gap in here to really solve this. I mean, these purple guys aren't being used at the moment, though. Well, there's a house at least we can use. Now, we just shift him up to sort of two of them work together. Have these guys sneak through there. And we can consider adding him as well to that layout. Now, this guy here is not happy. And that's because I changed this guy and then forgot I changed him. And it's the cause of my own misfortune there. So let's just shift a few other guys this way quickly. I don't have enough road to go that way either, so let's put him up there. What we really want to do is get these three guys connected, and to do that, what we'll do is we'll just reclaim road. It isn't otherwise there. Luckily, this guy here will do sort of like really quick work on it to because he's so close. But hopefully these three guys can come in and address, like by the time they get there, that's a bit more of a swarm. Let's put a set of lights there to try and smooth that out a little bit. Just keep him straight. This guy here is not happy. He's not much better off, but he has... Well, we've got three houses here. These guys certainly have no complaints, so let's swing them around to make them slightly longer. Bring these two guys in to help out. Got a fourth house down here to help with this guy's congestion too. Got a few more houses down here that can help out. We can have this guy come and swing around. Now, still, the thing that we've got a question here is these four guys here aren't doing anything. They're not helping out with this purple. That is falling to these guys that are further to the north as they're considering themselves closer. So, if I cut the cord on this, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that there because I don't want houses to build through and remove that. So I'm going to leave that piece of road there. We can let these guys join in on that road. Do these guys still sort of see themselves as running through the roundabout, or are they just off it? Because ideally they're just off it. But again, you can see these guys aren't handling that, so let's bring this back into the fray. Now that, whoa, completely overlooked this guy up here. Now we have a real problem, because I don't think anyone can get to him fast enough. Alright. Again, instead of a tunnel would make quick work of this. The fastest anyone we can get there would be these two guys. Then we're going to have to add... Actually, we don't even have to make that join. Just ask these two guys to move through the back of that neighborhood. Now that's 4 houses. Now, that's not going to be enough to level that. It's only going to be enough to keep it afloat. It's Thursday. What we can do... I'll work out if we can get this to extend on. Just like that. You can just see that that's gonna first guys are gonna really... I mean, they're killing the Reds sort of path as well. Definitely a cringeworthy mess I've made down there. I'll make that a set of lights. Could extend out like this. Try and like make that connection much more brief, if that helps anything. I mean, it's basically we've just got to hold on until we hit this, get our motorway. Disconnect these three guys. Check the motorway there and just send them up. There's only one guy who's currently at home in that layout anyway, so this is synchronous for sure. Is he gonna get there? Just a few of his friends are making it, and the guys in the motorway are starting to kick in a tiny little bit. Nah. Yeah, hats off to anyone who's who hit the 6,000 mark in that one. I can only imagine what your strategy was going in for there. So there we are at about 116 with 2.8. But if you go to the globals, I mean, on your first attempt, that's definitely something you can tip your hat at. Well, anyway, till next time, I'll catch you later. See ya.